I feel like this looks like a resort, but it's not a resort. It's an apartment complex. That was definitely the most American thing I've ever seen, so I'm sure it was the most American thing you've ever seen. Hey guys, welcome back to the Girl Gone London channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin. I'm an American who's lived in the UK for almost 10 years, except today I am in America, not just for today, for like 6 weeks or more. So you all commented on my post asking what American content you'd like to see, and you said you would like to see a day in the life, like what the roads are like, what the houses are like, what my day is like here. So I'm currently in Florida, and that's not because it's a vacation spot, it's because that's where I was born and raised, and my family lives here, and some of my friends, and by some I mean my one best friend, still lives here, and I'm at her apartment today. I'm gonna take you on my day, and we're gonna start by going to the pool. So there's a pool in their apartment complex. Most people in Florida do have their own pools. It's very, very common, but obviously in an apartment complex, you share a pool. So we're gonna go to the pool. I'll give you a tour of her place later and see what else we get up to. So let's go. Okay, so we are walking to the pool, and I just want you to see all this parking. So much parking. And the parking spaces are very large. Totally different than the UK, where I feel like anytime you move into an apartment or flats, you're like freaking out over parking. There's not enough parking. There's a lot of parking where we are in America right now because there's a lot of land. Okay, so we have made it to the pool. I feel like this looks like a resort, but it's not a resort. It's an apartment complex. But yeah, so this is the pool, and now this is very shaky, sorry. But this is the pool, and so we're going to enjoy the pool and the Florida sunshine. So this is definitely something that I miss in the UK, is the Florida sunshine. It is very hot outside, but that's why we have a pool. So here we go. Okay, so I promised I would show you guys America, and so this is part of the apartment complex, again, that I'm at, that my friend lives at. So this is like the chatting area. You can come here to the lounge, you can come and watch TV, some nice like nautical seating areas, and if you come over here, you've got some booths behind me, which literally have games if you want to play games with your friends. And you've got behind here, you've got like a kitchen area and some nice tables if you are working from home. And somewhere there's actually like a conference room that you can rent out if you're working from home. You've got like a printer here, so you can go ahead and use that. Here's the kitchen I was talking about behind me. And if you follow me over here, there is an entire conference room that you can rent out. So I hope this is like blowing the minds of a lot of you who have not been to the States or can't really picture what it's like, this whole like big spaces over the top. I'll just show you right now. I'll just show you while I'm in here. You guys asked about things like the light switches. So this is what an American light switch looks like. I'll find some outlets for you. If we walk over here, here's some nice little stuff. So here's our outlets. So this is not a prong. This is, I don't know what that is. Maybe some of them have that prong, maybe, but most of them go in like these top two. so it's not necessary to always have something going in there. Here's an American size sink. And some of our American magazines, Better Home and Gardens. So they've got all of these out for you to read. And again, this is just for apartment residents. This is not a hotel, people live here. So here I am in their summer kitchen area. So summer kitchens are really popular in Florida because the weather is usually good enough to cook outside. So this is just like a communal area, but a lot of people will have these as part of their like private homes. But you've got grills, you've got a TV, they can put the sports on. People can come here, grill hot dogs and hamburgers, basically any time of the year in Florida. And you've got this nice little, it's not shaded, but it kind of gives you a little bit of protection from the sun. So this is something that we would never ever have in the UK because the weather is not usually good enough to just outdoor cook. So completely different climate, completely different lifestyle, but this is a summer kitchen. And if you follow me over here, I'm gonna try out their hammock. So let's go. Okay, so update, we are finished at the pool. We also went to the beach for a little bit because I don't think I mentioned where I actually am in Florida, but I'm in New Smyrna Beach, if you've heard of it. Apparently shark bite capital of the world, but we did not get bitten by sharks, so that was good. So I'll insert some beach footage here. And now we are on our way to lunch at a place called, what's it called? Norwood's. And apparently they have this like tree house area. So I will take you along with me and I'm about to show you some roads. So I'll stop talking and show you some American roads and gas stations. So get excited. Okay, so update, we just finished lunch. Mine was the turkey sandwich, which you would have seen, because we don't really do turkey sandwiches in the UK, and by we I mean you guys, because when I'm in America, I definitely identify as American versus the Brits. When I'm in the UK, you'll hear me saying things like we, but right now I'm like, why do British people not have turkey sandwiches. I'm not entirely sure the reason. I know that you can find them occasionally, but they're on almost every menu in the US. So I take my opportunity to have turkey sandwiches when I'm home, which sounds like something really small and kind of trivial. We are headed off to do some shopping. So the next stop is going to be called Alvin's Island, which is a beachside gift shop. So I'll take you around in there. And then the next footage you'll see is from a place called Buc-ee's, which I've never been, but I've been promised it's the most American place I'll ever go. Apparently it's like a gas station slash convenience store, but American style, and it's originated in Texas. So I'm thinking in my head it's gonna be pretty big because that's what Texas means to me. So I will take you inside there and enjoy, I guess, all the American, oh, we just hit a bump in the road. Enjoy all the American stuff you're about to see. Let me know in the comments what your reactions are as you're watching this footage. Anything that you find funny or amusing. Definitely, I think the bigger is better slogan applies to how a lot of Americans think. So we'll see what's in store for us coming up. So we're now home from Buc-ee's. That was definitely the most American thing I've ever seen. So I'm sure it was the most American thing you've ever seen if you are in my British section of my audience. I've also got my new Smyrna shirt I've already changed into. And I just wanted to close out this day in the life by showing you just a couple of things. I'm gonna do an American house tour in another video, but for now there's just two things I wanted to point out. So the first thing was I wanted you to see like how big the bathrooms are. So this is a normal sized American bathroom. There's nothing like it's not giant for a one in America. This is a guest bathroom, so we'll only have the one sink. Typically they'll have two, but you can see the tap here, and then you can see the toilet, which It does look different from a British toilet. I know, there's the toilet. And also the shower. So I feel like in the UK, we usually do like the half glass kind of situation. We don't really do that much in the States. If you are gonna have a walk-in shower, you'll usually have like a full sliding glass, but most of our showers will just have shower curtains. So you've got the inner bit here and the outer bit to make it more fun. And also the shower head up there. A lot of British people say that American shower heads are weird. So comment below and let me know exactly how they're weird. As soon as I get to America, I forget what the UK is like, which is exactly what happens when I'm in the UK. I forget what America's like. So it looks normal to me, but comment below and let me know what you think. The other thing I wanted to show you was their outdoor space. So I'll just take you through the living room, the giant TV. So this is, how does this open? Okay, so here we go. Feel the Florida heat. So we've got a surfboard here, beach life. But what I really wanted to show you, so we've got a screen here. So we've got the porch and it's screened in, and that's because in Florida we deal with a ton of bugs that you do not want on your porch. This is very common again in Florida and in some other places in the South. So in the UK, when we have all of the bugs like start to fly in the windows, that's weird to me because our windows often have these kind of screens on them. So anyway, so here is a nice parking lot behind me, and it is already getting hot, so I'm gonna go back in the air conditioning. Another thing we don't really have in the UK that we have in every single Florida home or apartment for basic survival. So I hope you enjoyed this day in my Florida life. Comment below if you enjoy this kind of content, and I'll see you guys next time.